Hi, I'm Jayoza. If you clicked on this link from the amateur way of handling a job interview when the key decision maker is not available to meet with you, what do you do? Now, in the past, I have just basically accepted that and did my best, and then it never turned out right. I never got the job. But then I've learned how what kind of advice would I give if that question is asked? Most people don't even think about this, but this happens quite a bit. As I said, hiring is very important. And it should also be important to you as a candidate. You have to be prepared for this, since this happens a lot. Now, I understand things can happen. People have meetings, and you have done a lot of preparation. Like sometimes I've prepared for a week for an interview. That's a lot of time. What I suggest you do is, let's say you have a 15-minute like presentation that you would give. And I had to give quite a few presentations at that interview. I suggest you also take that speech, compress it to a 3-minute speech and also a 30-second speech. So split that, make it 30, take that and make a 3-minute speech and a 30-second speech. Now, why would you do that? The 15-minute would be more like a formal interview if there are multiple managers who want to have you give a brief presentation about yourself. And this is becoming common now. Companies are asking, they want to determine what kind of communication skills you have. And especially for sales position, this is quite common now. The 3-minute would come into play when if the hiring manager tells you that his boss or his boss cannot meet with you, you say, listen, I understand something came up. All I need is just 3 minutes of her time. And that's all. And this will also tell you a lot whether this manager is willing to do something for you. If this manager cannot go to her boss and say, hey, by the way, I understand you're busy, but I need 3 minutes of your time. If she doesn't have that kind of clout, then you don't want to work for her. She's not going to be of any help to you once you join that company. So this is also a test for her, because this is something was scheduled and they're now telling you that they can't meet with you, but they somehow can come up with 3 minutes of her boss's or her boss's time. Okay, that's given. There's 3 minutes always available, no matter how. The only time that 3 minutes shouldn't be available is if that boss is in the emergency in a hospital somewhere. Okay. Now, why would you need a 30-second? Okay, the 30-second is something you want to keep handy also. At an interview, you want your boss, if you can, just walk around. Say, hey, I just want to see the place. If you can introduce me to some of the people. Why do you want to meet them after you join? Just tell them I want to walk around, just kind of chat with them and just say hi, hello, so I know who I'll be working with. Nobody ever does this, by the way. I have never seen anybody saying, all you do at an interview is you go to the conference room, you sit there, people come in and go, and then you leave. That is just a terrible way to interview. If you're going to do that, don't even bother. So try this next time when you have an interview. Be prepared. Make sure you got a 15-minute pitch and a 3-minute pitch and a 30-second pitch. And if for any reason that the key decision maker cannot meet with you, you immediately have to get on his or her schedule for at least 3 minutes before you leave. Because if you don't do that, you have absolutely no chance of getting a job. I can tell you that, because a decision like that cannot be made at a layer just one above you. It has to go several layers above you for that to happen. So let me know what you think. If this has ever happened to you, and how did you handle it? Good luck.